Okay, I wanted to show you how to set up a virtual machine. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is to, well, actually I'll just do an ls there, and there's an ls star cache. These are cache files I've been working with, so let's just remove the don.cache file. Okay, I want to show you how you start up the virtual machine without using a password. So normally when I start up VMware, I'm asked for a password. So I want to show you how to bypass that. Now this won't work if the disk has been encrypted, but assuming there's just a password and you don't want to you don't know it and you don't want to enter it, then you can't enter it if you don't know it. So we want to bypass that. So we'll first of all convert our expert witness image into an image that we can boot from using the standard Xmount tool. So I'm going to search for that. So there's the two image files will be picked up by that. I want a cache file, and I'm going to leave this out for the moment. I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to mount these images onto VMDK. The type is going to be VMDK, so I can use it with with VMware. Okay, so that creates that, and I can see my files there. Okay, so now I can start VMware. But first of all, what I want to do is I'm going to mount that. Now, if I do, this is a complete disk. If I do fdisk minus lu vmdk /Donald. So if I look at that image, I can see there's two partitions. This is the partition I want. So if I want to mount that, I need sudo mount. It's going to be in loop format. It's going to have an offset equal to, and I need to do a bash calculation. So I need $bracket close bracket, and I need to multiply that offset by 512, which is the sector size of the disk. Okay, and so I need a VMDK. I'm going to mount the Donald disk with that offset. So that gets me into where the file system is. And now I'll be able to actually look at the file system. And if you do lsvmdk, you can see, well, it mightn't be very clear. We could say open vmdk, and it looks more like a Windows system. So you can see that's our Windows system. Okay, now if I want to change the passwords, I'm going to have to go into I'm going to have to look at the registry is where it's stored. It's the registry is made up with a number of hives. One of them is it's in the system32 directory. Oh god, this is a bit slow. And the config directory, and there's a SAM file, and you can see there's a lot of registry files there, but the SAM file, it stands for Security Accounts Manager or something like that. So I'll kill that. I just want to now access, there's a program called what is it called? CHNTPW for change NT password. Okay, if I type CHNT password, it tells me how to use it. This line here is the important one. And it's saying I can give options. I give it a SAM file. Okay, so I'm going to type CHNTPW. And now the SAM file is going to be ntfs / Windows, wasn't it? ntfs /win. Why is it not expanding that? Oh, have I? Where did I mount this? Oops. Did that work? that's weird. So, so I managed to mount both of them to the same mount point. I better undo that quickly. Sudo u mount vmdk, and I'll mount it again onto NTFS. Okay, so now if I do chntpw and I want to get the SAM file, so that's going to be in the Windows directory, it's going to be in system32, it's going to be in config, and it's going to be in SAM. Okay, and now if I do that, it actually shows me. Now it only uses okay, so let's expand this. So it explains that this it starts off assuming I want the administrator. I don't. What I want to do actually is so I'll quit out of that, and if you run chntpw on its own, it shows you that there's a -l option to list all the users, and that's what I want to see first. I want to see the users. So -l is what I want, and it shows me that there's the administrator, there's Donald, there's a get, and there's another user here. Okay, so what I want to do then is there's also a -u user option if I want to modify it. I want to log in as Donald. So I want -u, and what I want is oh yeah, Donald, like that. Okay, so now it's gonna say I can clear or blank the password. So let's try that. That looks like what I want to do. Okay, now it's telling me a little bit about this, that the fail login count is 0. Wow, he's never max tries is 0. Ooh, login count, so he's only logged in 5 times, so that's handy to know that. So we quit editing user and go back, and now it's saying that this file, it's actually modified this file. It's just checking and make sure I want to write it. I do. So now Donald should have no password, so when I log in I won't be asked for a password. Okay, now I want to unmount that. Okay, if you have 2 things filed, so for example VMware would be using the Donald DD and the mount would be using it, so that would be a bit messy, so safer just to unmount. Okay, so let's go back and start up VMware. Now I should not be asked for a password when I log in as Donald. So there's Donald, let's power him up. Okay, so it's oh yeah, ask me for this. Yeah, and normally I would have been asked for a password, whereas here I am not. Okay, so right, so now there's another thing I want to do. I want to okay, let's just leave it at that. So I've just had a demo for how you disable passwords. Now, by the way, if you want to preserve that, all the state of the disk at the moment is preserved in the cache file. So there's a cache file there. So what you could do is preserve that state by saying cpdon.cache. Now it could be in a slightly strange state at the moment, but I presume it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to preserve that as in no pw.cache. So in future, if I start off with no pw.cache, if I use xmount with this, I should start off with no password. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I might as well change the display while I'm at it. So if I go to the control panel and go change the resolution. I can make that a little bit bigger, and let's see, maybe that size might be good. Okay, I don't want to make it too big because I also want to be able to see the screen. Hey, what happened there? Nothing. Control panel. Just screen resolution. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, just pretty tricky. Okay, this does work because I've done it before, and I'm not sure why. Okay, let's go full screen and try it. Okay, maybe if I make this less full screen. Well, something happened there. Okay, let's try 720. Okay. Oh no, must have come back again. Okay. This is pretty tricky. Adjust the screen resolution, and I want 720. I want to click apply. Yeah, keep changes. Excellent. Okay, so now that I've done that, click OK, and then we kill that, and then we kill that. Okay, so now I have that working. That's 720. Let's go back from. Okay, restart later, and I want to go to. Oh yeah, I want to go away from full screen again, and I want to copy the cache again. So copy don.cache to screen resolution no pwd dot cache. Now that's in the middle of operation, so these mightn't work, but it's just way it's kind of funny playing around with disks. Okay, so that was that. Now there's one more thing I want to do, which I'm gonna okay, but I'm gonna stop at this point.